Hi, I'm John Douglas. I'm the accountant here at Nova International. Nova International was established in March 1988 by the Olympic medallist Brendan Foster. He continues to have a very active role in the day-to-day running of the company. Nova International is a sports management company, and we organise essentially mass participation sporting events, and they typically cover, although we have done other sports, mass participation athletics events, typically road races but also cross-country events, and now open water swims, a new departure that we've had over the last 3 years. During 2010 we had in excess of 175,000 entrants into a range of our events. These events are based mainly in the UK, but we also have events over in Australia and in Ireland as well. The main event that we organise, the Jewel in the Crown, is the Great North Run. It has 54,000 entries and is an iconic event based in the northeast of England. The Great Run series of events are organised around the country. Events are held in Edinburgh, Manchester, Portsmouth, London, Sheffield. So we tend to cover the majority of the major conurbations in this country. Our turnover is in excess of £30 million. I've been with the company now for over 20 years. When I first started, there was an employee group of 10 people. We're now nearly up to 60. We've actually also expanded away from our Newcastle head office to a base in Manchester and a base also for our commercial department down in London as well. Nova International has been a customer of Sage since 1993, and we have had a number of finance suites from Sage during that period of time, but we primarily now are based around the Sage 200 suite, which we've had in place since 2007. All of our events are essentially projects. These are standalone events with resources that are very similar across the types of events we have. So the athletics events very much has the same type of financial skeleton. The swims have the same sort of structure as well. So it's important that we're able to analyse those costs and that income on a project basis. So Sage 200 was a perfect mix for us in terms of being able to analyse and report those costs on a timely basis using the project suite. Because those projects, certainly the larger ones, have a timetable of 18 months, then we have to be able to be flexible from our original budget and report flexed costs going forward. Project accounting is ideal in order to be able to deliver that. In order to help me in my day-to-day role, it's important to be able to identify costs quickly but also accurately as well. As we've become more and more au fait with the use of project, we've been able to delineate down the responsibility to the actual project leaders themselves, the guys who are responsible for delivering the events. So they now know what their costs are virtually on a minute-by-minute basis in terms of being able to identify perhaps purchase orders that still need to be raised, costs that have been committed, areas of expenditure that have been overcommitted, the opportunity to save costs. If we want to say, right, we'll look at a project, it needs to try and achieve a further 5% saving across the board, then we can do that with relative ease. As part of the developer program, we've been able to deliver our own charity management system. So that means that because we know the industry and we talk very closely with the charities in terms of them delivering entries to our events, we've notified that system, making sure that they're able to manage their entrants as part of the entry stream that we have. That delivers a service back to them and means that it's a lot easier for them to manage perhaps as many as 300 entrants running for their own particular charity. So it's nice to be able to give something back to a charity as they take part in one of our events. We did go through a procurement process when we decided to go to the project-based accounting. We did look at alternative solutions as well. I think Sun Systems was somebody that we considered. But we have got a working relationship and have had a working relationship with Sage for a number of years. We knew that the system, the suite itself was adaptable as well. You know, the out-of-box solution is fine initially, but then we wanted to make it Novafied. We wanted to be able to tailor make it to our requirements. So we also knew that we had other bespoke systems that we developed ourselves within our IT department that we wanted to dovetail with the basis of the finance system going forward. And we knew that if we took that developer's role, which we did duly do, that we could make those two match together. And that's been a continuing process with Sage and the bespoke systems that we've done internally ourselves going forward since we first installed the system in 2007. We've also continued to work with Sage as well and are going through at the moment a procurement process to see if we want to take on Sage Pay as well, because we're happy with the Sage 200 suite, but we also want to be able to expand the capabilities going forward. Nova International are aware that there are elements of Sage 200 which we currently don't fully utilise, CRM being one of them. So we will be evaluating what that has to offer to Nova International and then taking that forward as perhaps something that we can subsume into the finance suite going forward. We deliver world-class events, so it's important to know that the financial systems that we operate help us deliver that, and I certainly feel that Sage does do that.